question came up how to model these sorts of swooping curved roofs. Archicad really doesn't like curves very much, so I'm just going to do my best to demonstrate this. Right now, what I have in here is just the basic, in fact, just to make it a little less distracting, I didn't pay attention to the surfaces too much, so just kind of the basic outline here. I just kind of mocked that up really quickly to give it something to sit on. And then looking at as if this were basically the elevation here at the south edge looking north, this is kind of what I've mocked in as that curve right here, coming down and swooping out. Obviously it could be whatever shape it needs to be, but really looking at these as those hip shapes and how they come together at that single point. And really the important thing here is I'm looking at the overhang distance, so the total extrusion length. What I want to do is go to my shell tool. I'm going to use the basic extruded shell with the construction method set to detailed, or like a custom polygon shape. From here, you can set it to have any thickness that you want, materials, other properties. There are angle settings and things like that that you can set for the ending angle. In this case, we're going to have to clean it up anyway, so I'm just setting all those to 90. And then I'm going to use this extrusion right here off of this shape. So I'm going to hold down my spacebar to magic wand an extrusion of that curve. I'm going to set the extrusion length to 5'4" to start with, and I'll just move this. We'll put it right here. Doesn't seem to want to let me move it. We'll just push it out of the way right here for now. And then we're going to do another one, again holding space, magic wanding that curve at 22'10" is the total length of those. Now if we look at these in 3D, I can take this one right here and rotate it horizontal, something like that. And let's mirror that so it's facing the correct direction. And we'll put that there. And we can just mirror this right over the top of itself, something like that. And then we'll rotate this one also to be horizontal. The extrusions are always vertical, so we do have to sort of fuss that to get it to work out correctly. It looks like I'm a little bit long on that, but as long as we center it up between those two, that should work. And then we'll go ahead and mirror this across that center line. Something like that. And I'm guessing actually what's going on is that these are overlapping sort of at a different width. So I'm guessing if we took those and lined those up and dialed this in, you can really kind of get overboard with fussing around with this stuff. But we just, as a quick demonstration here, want to take a look at what it takes to get this lined up and set up. So we'll put that corner right there, and then we're going to center that over, so half this distance. We'll go 4 inches, and we should be 4 inches from here to that beam as well. Yep, and there's 4 inches. Okay, so we have the basic sort of outlines. First thing I'm going to do is select these two end pieces and set those as the operators. I'm going to select these two guys and set those as the target and do a subtraction with upward extrusion. That'll trim that piece out, and then I'm going to do the same thing for these guys, set those as the target, and then grab these ones and set these as the operator and do a subtraction with upward on those. I do get these kind of weird hip things that come through there. There's got to be some resolution setting or some way to avoid that, or possibly another shell that just laps over that to represent these sort of hip pieces coming through as well. But this is the general idea of how you can use these shells. Obviously there are also ways to get the morph tool to do this, possibly the object tool using the basic shape library under the special construction folder. But generally on shapes like this, swooping, curving, non-linear elements, the shell tool really is the best tool to look at for these types of things.